We have some breaking news out of Davis County. Prosecutors have just filed charges in a serial rape case that's dating back nearly 30 years.
It was a cold case. We're told a suspect is now in police custody 30 years later. Fox 13's Adam Herbets just confirmed the details with the county attorney. He joins us live with more. Adam, what a break in the case, and now a suspect even in custody.
Yeah, this is all happening just within the last couple hours. We have a suspect now for the first time in almost 30 years. They were calling him the Clearfield Rapist. At the time, they did not know his name. They did not really know what he looked like. And all we really had was a sketch. Right now, we're working on getting his mugshot. But at this point, he has not even been booked into the Davis County Jail yet. But we do have more information about him. His name is Mark Douglas Byrnes, born August 2nd, 1950. He is 69 years old, and police say the things that they have learned about him just within the last few years have really helped them get to the bottom of this case. Of course, they are still very early on in this investigation, so we're not able to talk to the chief about this just yet. But they say they were able to get this guy by looking at his DNA. DNA obtained from 10 different victims from 1991 to 2001. 10 victims ranging from the ages of 11 years old to a woman in her 50s. Police say this man would often blindfold his victims and then forcibly rape them. The details are very, very disturbing, but they didn't have a lot of information other than that. Now what we're learning about Mark Byrnes is that he was previously convicted of rape in North Carolina back in the 70s. He served a lengthy prison sentence and then moved to Utah to become a long-haul truck driver. At some point during his stint here in Utah, that is when they believe he committed 8 rape cases here in the Clearfield area and 2 cases along I-80 in Wyoming. Again, 10 cases, almost 30 years, and now police say they are confident they have their guy. We're not going to be able to speak to the chief, probably not tonight, maybe not even until tomorrow morning when they're planning on having a press conference, but we were able to speak to him on the phone. You could tell he was in a good mood. This is a case that people here in Clearfield have been talking about for a long time. We were really able to get our first significant update back in 2015 when they released that sketch and were able to link all of those DNA profiles to this one suspect. They were able to find Mark Byrnes today at his house in Ogden. They were able to link his DNA through his trash can. They obtained items from his trash can, matched it up to that DNA from 91 to 2001, and that's when they said, we have our guy. We're going to have some more information on this coming up tonight at 5 and in our 9 o'clock newscast. But for now, we are live on Breaking News in Clearfield. Adam Herbets. Max, Kelly, we'll throw it back to you.
You know, and Adam, great work on that, getting that confirmed for us. I imagine that police want people to look at that picture that you were showing us. And now that they have an idea of who he was and where he was traveling, there may be more victims out there, I would imagine.
Yeah, easily. They've always said from the beginning that they know about at least 10 women who are victims. But in many cases that we know about, not just from recent cases that have been in the news, there are many people who are afraid to come forward. This is their chance now to see if they are going to build a bigger case against this guy. Right now, they're talking about 17 charges. Many of them are sexual assault charges. Many of them are kidnapping charges. But police are very quick to say, this is just the beginning. They have finally gotten a break in this case. They're still in the process of booking him, so we're going to hope to get that mugshot by tonight. But again, this is just the beginning. Yeah,
and a huge break in the case it is, Adam. Wow, fascinating with that DNA scientific technology to link the suspect and the victims. Wow. Thanks. See you back here again later on tonight. Adam, thank you. Right now, we have an update to breaking news we brought you first on Fox 13 News at 4:30. Police in Clearfield now have a man in custody connected to a serial rape cold case.
These crimes span back nearly 30 years. Fox 13's Adam Herbets broke the story at 4:30. He joins us now live from Davis County with how investigators found their suspect. Adam.
Well, Bob, Kelly, police have been looking for the Clearfield Rapist since 1991. His victims range in age from 11 years old to 52 years old. The case has been cold for years. Back in 2015, they did release a sketch of a suspect, but other than that, not a whole lot to go off of until today, when they were able to arrest a man 69 years old at his home in Ogden. His name is Mark Douglas Byrnes, born in 1950. We're still learning more and more about this man. What we've learned within the past hour is that he was convicted of rape in the past in North Carolina back in 1974. He served what police are calling a lengthy prison sentence. Then he came out to Utah to become a long-haul truck driver. He had at least 10 victims since 1991, mostly in the Clearfield area, about 8 in the Clearfield area and 2 along I-80 in Wyoming. But police say there easily could be more victims out there because this man has been free for quite a while and has visited numerous cities across the western half of the United States. Police were able to track him down through DNA evidence obtained from those cases dating back to 1991 here in Clearfield. They were eventually able to match it up to one of his half-siblings. They found him at his home in Ogden. They were able to get DNA from his trash can, and that's when they were able to find what they called a very good match with that DNA and able to make that arrest just within the last few hours today. Right now, we're still waiting on getting his mugshot and finding out more information about this man. This is still what police are calling an ongoing investigation, very much in the early stages, but we're hoping to get that mugshot later today and an interview with the chief and district attorney who, when I spoke to on the phone, said they were very happy. It really seemed like a big weight off their shoulders. A case that has been cold for this long, finally, what they think could be solved. We're live in Clearfield. Adam Herbets. Bob, Kelly, we'll throw it back to you.
Wow, what a break in the case.
Right.
Adam.